Good morning, friends. We are just going to show you some updates on the homestead today because we haven't. Michael's done a lot, and we wanted to get you guys updated.
With the help of everybody, but a board held here, a board held there.
Here, board, there, board, everywhere, board. Look at all that he's done. He's done so much, and it looks so amazing. And where did those boards come from?
The lighter colored ones, they came from here. I milled them up on the sawmill from logs I drug out here, but some of them I cut back at our old place and trailered everything over here. I had my sawmill set up, so I just cut as many boards as I could before we left out of the logs that I had. Free wood, just a little bit of gas money.
So this is going to be Lily's area when she has her calf. We'll keep her in here at night so we can milk her.
We'll have a gate going out, and I'm still got to hang that one. And then this is her stable area, and we'll put a feeder wall up, and I'll go ahead and do a video on that. And in the back side will just be a shed, and here's the gate going back out. The whole 40 acres is perimeter fenced, but we basically have no home site fencing, and then we're gonna put some drift fencing in here and there. So we've done a lot of temporary fence just to kind of keep them isolated to certain areas. And we're gonna be putting a lot of this board fence up, especially around the house. So basically, that's where I stopped for the winter. Little temporary fencing stake with the red bucket on it. That's where we're gonna go to, and then it's gonna turn back over and tie into the chicken run, which is right over there. And then we'll cross the other little spur road that goes up to the water cistern up that direction, and that's where we'll put our second big gate in. And then it'll tie into the fencing down the driveway. So that's what we hope to do in board fence.
And then it'll go over to the shop and then back over to the
and then we have more board fence to put up on the other side.
So since we were talking about the sawmill, we thought it was appropriate to come over here and show you guys, because I don't think we've ever showed you. We've just mentioned it.
Yeah, this is Wood-Mizer LT15, and it's just a basic sawmill. I don't have any of the extras on it. It's a manual sawmill, no hydraulics or anything. I've only cut some limited things. I've cut around here just for fencing, and a 2x4 here and there for chicken tractors and stuff. But I have a little stockpile of logs, and I have a handful of logs that I still have to drag over here, and I'll just cut them up throughout the winter, and it'll get a lot of use here. I'm going to put a little roof over it, something on skids that's temporary, because I'm not sure if I really want this here. I have another spot in mind that I might put it in a more permanent fashion with a bigger roof over it. But for now, I'm just going to do a shed roof over the head and the motor. It'll probably cantilever over that, and I'll have a few feet back to stand under.
So in other news, we had a skunk come visit the homestead. Yay! We lost a chicken, we lost a duck, and we have an injured duck, and she's having some time to heal up inside the brooder box for the baby chickens. She has a hurt leg, and the other ducks are picking on her because she can't fully walk straight. So she's hanging out in there, and we give her a little bit of downtime with the other ducks, and we're there the whole time because they are mean to her. But for the most part, she just stays in here. And she was completely immobile, and now she's able to start walking around, as you guys seen a few minutes ago. There's a big rooster man. We need to name him. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments, and we'll pick one, and you guys can name our rooster, because I think that would be pretty fun. And now we're gonna go inside and see if breakfast is done. How are you guys doing with daylight savings time? Has that affected you guys at all? Because it sure's messed with us. Nighttime has been like, we're exhausted by the time 7 o'clock rolls around, and it's like we have another hour before everybody needs to be in bed. In the morning time, we're wide awake though, bright and early. Actually, it's dark and early. But this morning breakfast is going to be a little bit late, just because the sawmill, the cook stove needed to heat up. The fire went out last night, so that will be done here in the next little bit. Fire's going nice and hot now. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that is clear, burning nice and hot and clean. Abigail, what do you have? Yeah?
This is
What do you have, Erin?
scissors.
Skizzers?
And you're all set up over there, yep. And Autumn's eating some breakfast. And Andrew is
Sharpening my pencil.
that's a color pencil. But what are we doing right now?
Math. School. Math.
Alyssa, what are you doing right now?
Reading a book.
And what are you doing now?
Doing school.
Awesome. So I'm making lunch right now. We're gonna have bean and cheese burritos, and then we're gonna head down to the lower part of the property and show you guys what we've done down there. For dinner, Alyssa and I are going to make chicken and dumplings. Okay, Alyssa, you're gonna cook us dinner tonight. Chicken and dumplings. So we had some leftover chicken from last night, and I figured this was the best night to make chicken and dumplings. Over the pan or it's gonna fall out. I'm having her do the whole amount now because we're gonna saute the onions, and that'll be our butter for our flour. And then I diced up 1.5 onions, so I had a big one and then I had a smaller sized one. And then we chopped up 2 cloves of garlic, and she's gonna add that in now. This isn't gonna be your classic chicken and dumplings because I am all out of fresh vegetables. Why don't you go ahead and pop the cans?
How do you do it?
This is our homegrown bone broth. Yeah, now pull up. There you go. What I was saying is we only go shopping once a month. So we're completely out of groceries. We gotta go next week, huh?
Mm-hmm. And we're also going to Spokane.
Yeah. Our grocery store, our local Walmart is 2 hours away from us almost. And so we just
Do I put this here
make it
now?
to where we go once a month. No, pour it in there.
Okay,
Okay, put it in there.
Do I pour it low?
It doesn't really matter. That's not gonna make it pop.
Okay.
Okay. Now stir that around.
What does this do to it?
Your spatula's backwards.
Oh.
There you go. It makes a roux, and it makes it to where there's like a gravy almost in the soup instead of just being liquid.
Put this up for their onions.
Scrape on the bottom.
Like this? You can't see that.
And my Dutch oven is well used. I've used this for, I think I got it when Andrew was a baby, so it's darn near 10 years old. And I use this thing all the time. Okay, chicken's in. Typically I don't buy frozen vegetables, but I wanted
It's not frozen.
I wanted to make chicken pot pie. And this is like what you make with chicken pot pie. So let's go ahead and just add all of that in there. Dig down deep. Because that roux is going to settle down there, and you're going to want to mix it into your broth. There we go, just like that. Add 2 of those red things of flour. That will be 1 cup.
This is 1 cup. 1 cup of it?
1 cup. Well, 2 of those, which equals 1 cup.
Oh, because this is small.
It's a half a cup. You know, we might want to double this actually. Go ahead and do 2 more. Good, do 2 more.
Okay.
You need 4 teaspoons of baking soda. And then you need 2 teaspoons of salt.
We got this mixed up.
Okay, we're gonna let this cook for a little while longer. I added some parsley, some granulated garlic, and some onion. I tasted it and it just didn't have enough. We're gonna let that cook down for a little bit. We're gonna cover up our biscuits.
This is big.
Yeah, the bowl's big. And we're gonna head on down to the bottom portion of the property to go check on the rest of the kiddos.
Yep.
And Daddy. What are you doing? I thought you went down with Daddy. Come on.
She's scared of this. Oh, she is such a happy doggy.
Come on, Lola. Let's go down below. I hear kiddos.
Yeah.
Lola.
Out. Hi.
No kidding though. It's getting massive.
Abby said, I bit yourself,
Yeah.
myself. When I did it myself. But and then in a video.
There's hawks?
Also,
Yeah. Did you kill it, Abigail? Is it still sitting next to you? What is it? A spider.
What do I do?
It's a bitsy spider went down.
Because evidently wintertime's not the
About-
end of this.
So, Lady is still pregnant, but she is showing a lot of signs of having her calf soon. These two love each other so much. This is what they do all the time, especially after a good feeding. But Lady's hips have dropped significantly. Her tail is almost to the top. Her udders have changed a little bit, but she doesn't typically change until she calves anyways. And she's got unmentionables coming out of places. So they're so sweet. They just love each other. And then this is the other change that we have going on. Michael got all the hay besides this little bit, but we've just been feeding her, or feeding them, from this pile for now. Michael still has to move the fencing around the barn so the cows can eat. And I'll show you guys that part. I think we showed you guys the lean-to already. No, we didn't. I never put that in a vlog. I never put that in a video. I attempted to, but I never got the video up. So we got the siding on the barn. Michael got all the hay in and he's finishing up some trim. And we finally got the lean-to up. We had some issues with this. They sent the wrong leg height and it was just a big giant mess, but they got it done now. And then this is how the feeders are going to be set up. Michael's going to have a wall back here in between the hay and the feeders. This is a round bale feeder, but we figured it would be really neat to put it up against the wall like this. And then we could just throw down 3 bales at a time and the cows can eat out of these. Obviously they'll be adjusted different. They're just kind of laid out right now. But awesome. We got all of our hay in, like I said, besides that one stuff, and our alfalfa. And we are just about ready for winter. Can I ride like this back home?
Huh?
Can I ride like this back home? Okay. Alyssa hung down there with Michael, him and her and Andrew. So I'm gonna finish up dinner. What? Okay, and we're just gonna let that cook down till it's done and dinner is served. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And we will catch you guys in our next one. Blessings and happy homesteading. Bye.
International Rock Star Alyssa. She's gonna sing you one more song.